Yeah, so good, just story around self-belief that I obviously now I know that, you know, to succeed in life, when we feel a bit of nerves and feel a bit of self-doubt, that's a good thing, right? Because we're in a good situation. And we're in a situation where whatever's making us feel nervous or doubtful, if we can push through it, that's where our greatest accomplishments come from, right? You know, take it back to HYROX. I think there were thousands of people in there felt really nervous, but come the other end of it, you know, an hour and a half later, it's one of the greatest experiences I've ever had. And that's what life's about. But when I was younger, I got offered a trial at the Bradford Bulls when I was nearly 19 years of age. And I was really nervous about doing it, didn't have much self-confidence, to the point, you know, I caught the bus from where I lived in Leeds up to Bradford, and on the bus journey, got more and more nervous. Got to my bus stop and I bottled it. I stayed on the bus. Now I stayed on the bus till it frigging terminated in Halifax. I had to get off the bus at this point. So I've got off this bus and thinking, you know, I've blown my big opportunity here to you know, sign professionally. So anyway, you know, I thought, what do? I ring my dad. Spoke to my dad, you know, he was a bit pissed with me, you know. I'll be straight, taught me some new swear words, Greg, when he spoke to me that day. But he said, you know, come home and we'll have a chat. And on the way home, I thought to myself, do you know what? I've got a lot of people around me believe me, but the one person who has to believe in themselves is me. So I came up with a mantra, time to get off the bus, because I thought, if I get another chance, I've got to get off this bus. Got home, spoke to my dad. Dad said, you give me one more chance, which meant then all week, I told myself, time to get off the bus, time to get off the bus. You're good enough to go train with the Bradford Bulls. Following week, jump on a bus, keep telling myself this mantra, get to my bus stop, and I go train with the first team, do the trial period. It was really tough and intense, Greg. You know, it's elite sport, but it was nowhere near as bad as I thought it was going to be. And we all know that's what happens when we confront our biggest fears, right? Mm-hmm. And I learned a lesson that day that self-doubt is normal. Negative talk can be managed, and you just need to believe in yourself. So then, throughout my time in sport, in rugby league, I use that message every time you up a level, because every time you up a level, you're going to get a bit of self-doubt with it. And, you know, the best example I can give it was when I first got picked to play against Australia. So if you're listening and you don't know rugby league, Australia have been the world's best team for the last 60 years. You know, they are the world benchmark. You know, better than the All Blacks in South Africa put together if you follow the other one. But so my first game for Great Britain was against the Australians. And I was nervous all week, but told myself, time to get off the bus, time to get off the bus. You're good enough to be there. And I scored a try in under 2 minutes in the game. Got into the game and we beat the Aussies that day against all the odds. So it shows you how I use that lesson throughout my career. And it's one that anybody can kind of use, that you got to get off the bus in life if you want to achieve anything.
Yeah, love it, love it. Funnily enough, like, to take it back to HYROX again, you see, like, there's a Facebook group where people put up tickets for sale, and you see as the event approaches, like, all these tickets come up for sale, and sometimes it's for injury, fair enough, but yeah. I start to suspect a lot of the time it's just like they're nervous and they're worried and they're not ready and all that stuff. Yeah. And I think, you know, since I heard you talk about this mantra, I think, yeah, a lot of people could do with telling themselves, like, it's time to get off the bus, and then just go and do it. And like the experience that you get and the value that you get from just doing one, even if you're not really ready for a HYROX, like it stands you in good stead for the future, you know?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. They should do it. And generally it'll come down with undertrained, but they're undertrained. They've entered it and then thought, I can't do it. But I said, what they'll get out of it for just trying to push themselves, even though they've undertrained and completing it, will be so much more than going taking the easy option and selling it on Facebook. It's too easy to take the easy option in life. Better taking the harder option, be nervous, push yourself, and, you know, through the other side of it, you'll get something from it.